All right. We should be looking at not this problem, but this problem. So the 20 by 25 feet goes to which room? The garage. And guys, I'm going to tell you, when I looked at this morning, I was like, this could be better if it had been done on, actually I forgot, I put this up here. This would look better and more accurate and tell us more information if it had been drawn on graph paper. So I redrew it on graph paper for us, but the problem is we don't know what the scale is here. I know that 4 squares on this paper is an inch, because actually, guys, the 5-star paper, that a lot, like the good paper, has like the little plastic strip on the side. One side is different than the other side. If you haven't looked at the back of that graph paper, some graph paper has different size squares on the different sides. So that's why I made the graph paper for you for today, so that we all have the same size. So up here, we know 4 squares is an inch. But we don't know how many feet that represents. We do know the garage is 20 by 25. I'll take a volunteer since I don't have... Ooh, Eli's saying what real quick. Do you know how I can match up my 20 and my 25 with like which sides they would even go to? Why? Yeah, because we have a shorter and a longer, and a shorter and a longer. So if we give the 20 feet, and you could write this on your paper, because this is on your paper, if we give the 20 feet to 1 inch, and the 25 feet to the 1.25 inches, oh, do we have to do any math, or do we know our scale? If our scale, we're trying to reference what 1 inch is, do we know our scale now? Yeah, our scale is 1 inch is what? Is 20 feet. We gotta have labels. So guys, on your paper somewhere, we should have written 1 inch equals 20 feet. Yeah.
Why does it say 1 inch equals 10 feet on our key?
Because this is a different problem. No, you didn't, because you asked the question. Again, quit saying statements that don't match your behavior. This is on your homework paper, guys. This is on your homework paper. Examples from class. It's not graph because on here, but you can just put it like right up here, like 1 inch equals 20 feet. So then I want you and your partner to figure out B, C, and D. So go ahead and try to work through this B, C, and D. We know 1 inch equals 20 feet. So 1 inch is 20 feet. How long is the living room? Because that's a scale drawing. Notice how at the top it says this is a scale drawing. Yeah, because we're learning about scale drawings right now. Arfon! If we know this 1 inch gives us 20 feet, like we figured out our scale, every 1 inch is 20 feet. My pencil will, oh my gosh, this will not work right. Then how long will 2 inches be?
40 feet.
40 feet. So on your paper, you need to make sure that you've labeled that this would be 40 feet. What about the shorter edge of the living room?
25. Oh, yeah, because if this edge of the garage was 25, this wall would match. This wall would match, assuming that our house is square, which hopefully it is. I was literally just discussing with my buddy Randy this morning, because I texted him and asked him if he could send me a picture of his drafting desk, and he's like, I don't work at a drafting desk anymore. But he was literally talking about the frustration of houses that aren't square, so it like isn't quite 90-degree angles, or property that isn't quite square. So like when we move over to this, like the graph paper I gave you guys, which I have to zoom way out for, we're assuming that this lot is square. So my buddy Randy is a draftsman. He does the drawings for the architects. So he has to go out, do the measurements, do the drawings. He does stuff like this, right, to help people plan out their houses. When the lot that you're working with is not square, it's really annoying, right? So in the real world, not everything works out this nicely. We're going to assume this wall matches this wall matches this wall. So we have 25 feet here. So now we need to find the area. So you and your teammate need to find the area in feet. Because, of course, we need the actual area, not the area from our scale values. Because to do carpet, that has to cover the whole living room. So once you find the area, if it's $1.25 per square foot, how much are you going to have to pay for that carpet?
Oh.
Area, length times width. Area is length times width. Area, we're going to get square feet. Emery, what'd you guys get for the area to make sure that we're all agreeing?
Wait, on which one?
For the living room, right? Because doesn't it just say living room?
I don't
Yeah.
think-
Oh, wait.
Where does it say?
Yeah, part D. Not party, but part D.
If
Guys,
family
if the family wants to lay carpet in the living room, so the living room,
Wait, so that means we have to do like 40 times 25.
So we need to do 40 times 25. So our area for the living room, and I'm just going to do this on the graph paper. Hey guys, what's 4 times 25? 100, then put that extra 0 on. So it's actually 1,000 square feet, or the label that you could use could be 1,000 feet squared. Okay, so that's our living room, 1,000 square feet. Right? Did somebody check that in a calculator just to make sure I'm not crazy?
Yeah.
So guys, if you can imagine with me, this is a square foot. Because it's 1 foot by 1 foot square. So you have 1,000 of those, because pretty quickly space gets big. Like if we were to measure this room, it's probably like 30 feet by 30 feet. What's 30 by 30? What's 30 times 30? 900. So if that's, and we can measure this room if we want, probably at the end of class. So we got 1,000 square feet. Donna, how can we then take that and figure out the cost? Ooh. Braden, you guys good? Because Donna's talking, you're being a little rude. Yeah, since it's per square foot, we know that's every square foot will cost $1,000. Guys, this is the tricky part. Sometimes per means divide. Here, per is actually telling us we need to do multiplication because it's $1.25 times the amount of square feet that we're trying to cover. And guys, that's the exact math that I did. You're like looking at whatever's right there. I feel like self-conscious. 100% what I did twice, actually 3 times at my house. If you want to know the real story, my wife can't make up her mind. That's not like a gender joke. It's just for real. We chose one floor, put it down in a room. It was there for a year, and she was like, "This floor sucks." It was like bad quality. Pulled it up, put down a new floor. It was there for a year. She goes, "I don't like that color anymore." This now is the floor in my house. It cost $3.50 per square foot.
So when you're planning a remodel or you're planning like anything on your house, you end up doing unit rate math. Hey guys, something you might want to note on your paper since this is coming up in our homework. This, bless you, anything that is per one is a unit rate. So if you want to make a little like reminder about what a unit rate is, that's our unit rate for the floor because it's the cost per one. I see a lot of pencils not moving. That's a choice you can live with. So, yeah, well, okay, so times 1,000, we're going to move this decimal 3 places. Ooh, how much is this going to cost? Yeah, $1,250. So that is why the only swear word I have ever heard my mother say is when my sister spilled her nail polish on the new carpet in the living room. Not joking. The only time I ever heard my mom swear, because my parents are pretty religious. All right. Does that make sense? How we got to feet, how we got to area, and then how we got to the price. And how we got to Kathy Hudson saying a bad word. All right, so get the other graph paper that I gave you, right, that I made for you. All right, we have been hired to be draftsmen. And this is not gender specific. It's like, okay, draftsperson maybe? It's like saying fireman. It doesn't mean gender, right? Fire person, firefighter. We have this on our paper right now because I am oh so nice and realized from past years it takes way too long to count that many squares. Is your paper actually 100 squares? No. Okay, copy paper is. This paper actually close. So this length, they tell us, is 100 feet. And that's written on your paper. You might want to write it again because the copier kind of chopped off some pieces. And the width of the lot is 56. So across here, the width of the lot is 56. We're going to say this lot is square. It is a rectangular. Sorry, square meaning it has right angles. But it's a rectangle, right? Because it's 100 feet long and 56 feet wide. So the other thing we know is the garage is 20 feet back from the street. And the garage is like right here. Ooh, we also know the garage is 15 feet wide. Guys, this, I'm trying to figure out how to get this across in like, guys, what I'm teaching you is important stuff that matters to your life. And I try to pepper in a little bit of like, you don't have to know this for any state test. But to be like an educated adult, these are good things to know. And some of you are like counting dots on the ceiling. So if you really don't want to be here and hear what I have to say, go somewhere else. Now your only option is go to the office and call your parents and tell them you can't do math class today. But otherwise, I only have like a half hour to deliver the information I need to. So can we all maybe act like guys, I'm making this more entertaining than it has to be. Like, because I want it to be more entertaining for you. We could just do the stuff we have to do. If you want to do that, like, you tell me. The setback, legally speaking, can you build your house right on the property line? No. That is not allowed, not here in Ohio. Certain places you'll see houses really, really close to each other. So we have to have a setback by law that you have to be a certain distance away from the property line. So, even though you think, oh, my house could be bigger, then you're right on top of your neighbor's property line. What if they do the same thing with their house, then your windows are up against the house? That would be weird. I need you to start trying to draw this, but be careful. There is a right way to start it based off what we know, and there's also a wrong way based off what we don't know. Like, do we know, let me ask you a couple questions to push you in the right direction. Do we know this distance? No. Not unless we do some math. Do we know this distance, like between the back of the lot and the house? No. Do we know this distance? Yes. Do we know this distance? Yes. But be careful, check the scale of your paper. It's in the key. You need to check out the key. This is different than the scale we just did. But go ahead and start drawing.
Wait, when is it? Okay, say you can draw that anywhere.
No. I literally just told you there's a right way to start and a wrong way to start.
Well, then when do you have to like
Friends,
figure out that side?
this black line rectangle is your lot. It's the property you own. We're going to start drawing this house plan on that lot, but what we know is the garage is 20 feet back and it's 8 feet in, so we should probably start drawing the garage first. I'm trying to give you a head start, but if you wait like a minute or two, if you're really scared, I will do it with you in like a minute or two, but I would like you to get a head start. I would start here. Like, I would start here. Each box is 2 feet. Because the paper wasn't big enough to do 1 to 1. We got plenty to draw right there. Yeah, sorry that some of your copy, something got on the copier, and like there's a little black fleck at kind of the top of it. It's very annoying to me. Yeah, sorry. It's really frustrating to me. Sophie's sick. Sophie, if you watch this video, come tell me, I don't know, blue elephants. And, I don't know, give you a piece of candy for watching the lesson video. Safe! If we are 20 feet back from the street, how many boxes am I going to count up? To be 20 feet, how many boxes are we going to count up? Well, so if I check my key, 1 inch, which guys, how many boxes is this 1 inch? How many boxes? It's 5 boxes, right? This, if you want to make a little note, this is 5 boxes and is also 10 feet. And then over here, I tell you, okay, that means 1 box is what? 1 box is 2 feet. So to go 20 feet, safe, it sounded like you threw your voice into Sophia. How many boxes? 10 boxes up, or 2 inches, right? Because every inch is 10 feet, so we need to go 2 inches, which is 10 boxes. Now be careful, I don't know my in yet, so I'm just going to do my up. So if you have not yet, count 10 boxes up. So I know the front of the garage is going to be like here, but I don't know where the corner is yet. Because Devin needs to tell me if the corner is 8 feet in. How many boxes will that be? 4. So 1, 2, 3, boom. Now wait a minute. Sam, if the garage is 15 feet wide, and actually I should probably move this so you guys can see some more of, let's do this. So you can see some of my drawing, but see what they tell you about this. 15 feet. How many boxes will 15 feet be? Ooh, 7.5. So guys, this front of the garage, we need to make 7.5 boxes. Go ahead and take a moment to make sure we do that right. So guys, what could we say like comparing boxes to feet? 15 feet was just 7.5 boxes. 8 feet was 4 boxes. 20 feet was 10 boxes. Arfan? Yeah, I am. Yeah, it just, the frame went away. Thank you for checking in on me. But yeah, I don't know what happens that the frame disappears, but yeah. I think it has something to do with this camera, like trumping over the, but yeah, we're good. What is my, like, so guys, the garage, crap. 17, that feels even worse than 15. We're going to go 17 feet back here. How many boxes will that be?
5 and...
No, don't just guess. Guys, what's the relationship from boxes to feet? It's 1 to 2. So whatever my feet is, I have half as many boxes, right? Whatever my feet is, I have half as many boxes. Guys, what's half of 17? 8.5. So we need to count up. 8.5. And then I'm going to let you keep going. I'm going to come around and help anyone that needs help. I'm going to let you keep going for a minute because I know listening and doing is a bit harder.
Could I please have a mod to the office? A mod, Hamza to the office, please. Perry office. Thank you.
I don't think that was the correct answer.
If this is 38, and if this is 17, this is 38 and 17, which is what?
54. No. 55.
50, yeah, 55. So guys, this side is 55 feet long. Ooh, has anyone figured out the front of the house, like probably where the front porch is? Oh, that's 15 feet. Because the whole house together is 30 feet across back here. All right, keep going. You got this. We're doing half as many boxes as the feet you need. Bless you. From where I'm at in my drawing, I would draw the front porch next.
Because it's another 7.5. So I get my half. If you're really struggling, look up here for help. I get my half right here. Then 7 more. Because now, from the corner of my front porch, I can go 38 feet back. Guys, break it up. Do 30 and 8. How many boxes would 30 take me? 15. What about 8? 4, right? Because we're just cutting things in half. So we need to go 19 boxes up from the corner of the porch. Crap, it starts on a half. It's going to end on a half. Ah, man.
Wait, no, if it starts on half and ends on half, then it's just one hole.
No, because this right here, so check it. This right here, Joe, what can I do for you? Somebody hand Joe a calculator. We don't really need him that much. This is on a half. And we need to go 19 up. So we're going to land on a half also. Well, it's because the graph paper's a little hard to see, but I'm on a half vertically, right? I'm good left, right? Like I'm on the line, but then I'm in between this way.
Well, I did it. I set it on a half.
Guys, they tell you this drawing over here is not to scale, but what I'll say differently is this drawing sucks. It's not on graph paper. The 38 and the 17 pretty much look the same length, and they're totally not. This drawing sucks. We're making it better. So from here, we're going to go up 19.
Does that half still count?
Yes, so when I count up 19, my ending point is on the line, but it's in between. So guys, I counted 19 upward, but landed on the half because I started on the half. Right, vertically, I'm at a half point, so I'm at a half point still when I end. So this is pretty long because the house part is bigger than the garage.
Wait, does that mean it's 19 and a half, or do you just stop halfway through the 19th box?
You counted 19 boxes from this half point, so I don't quite know how to answer your question, but this wall is 38 feet, which means it is 19 boxes from here up to here. Do you want to help anyone else that needs some help? So our front porch was 15 feet. Guys, remember 1 tick mark is our shorthand for feet. Now wait, does the house line up back here on the corner? Like the top right corner, does the garage line up with the house and then the house?
Yeah.
Guys, I don't need to count these boxes. Look up at the screen. I do not need to count these boxes. We know that this line is going to come up and line up with this line. I just need to make sure that I draw this straight across. And guys, when we do this in pencil, you can always erase. A lot of drawing is erasing. Like, I'm not joking. Especially like my artist can back me up. A lot of drawing is erasing.
Yep.
So even though I had a little bit too much at my corner, I can just erase that. Ooh, and we said we can label this as 55 feet. We had this length from the fence or from the property line was 8 feet.
Why does yours look so much bigger?
What do you? Probably because you counted wrong.
Oh.
Like, so if you want the honest answer, sorry. This from here to here should be 19 boxes.
Like, is this like wrong?
I mean, count your boxes. Is it 19? I don't need to count for you. This should be 10 boxes because we're 20 feet away from the street. Because, guys, this would be your driveway. All right, this is where your cars are going to park. Or park in the garage, but my garage is full of woodworking stuff. All right, so here's the question that we're actually trying to figure out. We want to put a pool back here.
No, what?
What is the biggest size pool that you would suggest? I think it's Guillermo in this problem. What's the biggest size pool that we would suggest, for Guillermo to put in the backyard? Talk with your partner. What do you think? What do we have to work with back here? What would you size it as?
Let's see.
Remember, the feet are twice as much as the boxes. I was coming to you. Where are you going?
I say 6 feet.
Yeah, no, mine's the same size. Yeah, mine's the same size.
Your pool also cannot be right against your property line.
So it has to be.
So we're going to need to leave a setback.
How much?
So since it's only, so it'll be your, so here's the problem. Your pool has to have a fence around it. Legally, like, because otherwise, like, animals, children, things could get in it and drown. So your pool has to have a fence around it. And then from that fence to the water, there's like cement normally, right? So let's just go ahead and call the setback from the back 8 feet also. We'll do the same setback that we had here on the right. So another 4 boxes for our setback.
Wait, then what about that? How much away from the house?
That's up to you. It's your property. But this is like the code from the city saying you... So we'll have a fence around the pool that might be like halfway in between this. But also we'll say the setback from this property still needs to be 8 feet. Oh, that was only 3 boxes. I think I found where the corner of my pool could be. If I go 8 feet in from both directions. If we do, now that's where the corner could be. Doesn't have to be, but could be. I could move it left if I want the pool more over here.
Maybe like a square pool?
Sure. Now I'm going to make the biggest pool possible.
Same. The biggest pool possible, you can wrap around your property.
It's a lazy river. That's actually the paint jack.
So if by law my pool has to be 8 feet away, it's 8 feet away from both edges, right? So I could drop a corner here, and I could drop a corner here. Now, Carolina, what do you think? Do you want to put the pool right up against the house? No, probably a bad idea. Walk right out your back door, fall in the pool.
Yes.
Your dog might get upset. So, Carolina, what distance did you leave here? Three boxes. Do you want to do 3.5 to get back on like a nice point? So this is a half point. So hold up. Carolina said let's do 3.5 away. So wait, 3 boxes would be how many feet? 3 boxes would be 6 feet. So this is like 7 feet if it's 3.5 boxes. I mean, if you only do 2.5, it's only 5 feet. That's going to be a pretty narrow walkway. Especially if you want, like, a patio with a grill or anything. Like, I think 7 feet's a bit safer. So what does that leave us with if I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes? How many feet is that? 5 boxes would be
10 feet.
10 feet. Well, how long is the pool? All right, now I got to count these boxes.
I got I got 20 boxes.
This is gonna be very thin pool. It'll be one of those.
Ooh, that's nice. Guys, if you went farthest corner to farthest corner, this is 20 boxes.
Yeah.
So how many feet is that?
40 feet.
40 feet.
These people must have a lot of money to own a big garage. I honestly want this house now.
All right, well, hold on. Somebody said make a hot tub space. How big is a hot tub normally? Well, some of them are like, well, it's got to be bigger than a person, right? So it's got to at least be 7 feet. Let's do a little hot tub area. Hold on. Let's do, I'm going to do red for hot tub. You going to do 8 by 8?
Bro, this is gonna be one of those pools that, like, you know, the swimmers train in, where they go, like, down and back.
Hot tub.
Well, wait, what's the guy's name in the situation?
Guillermo.
Guillermo is gonna be a professional swimmer.
So this is really, what's his name? Pro swimmer. Michael Phelps. This is Phelps'. No, he probably has a bigger pool than this. So wait a minute. If we made the hot tub 8 feet, how long is my pool actually now? If we made the hot tub 8 of these feet.
32.
Ooh, this is now 32.
Be more like a children's pool. Let's get a slide. Can you get a slide?
So guys, here's the deal. anything that you want to plan out involving dimensions, which, like, there was a hole punch on your paper that punched through the word dimensions, by the way. That involves dimensions or materials or anything. A scale drawing is a really safe place to start. So I'm debating tomorrow we might scale drawing the family room and try to decide the best layout of where the table should go, where couches should go. I kind of feel like
Perfecto.
it's just awkward out there. And you guys all drop all your crap on the tables because they're right by the lockers. Like, all right, so this is all the time we had for today. Obviously, we spent a lot of it just drafting, but I wanted that good practice. So please try your homework so I know what questions we have. Have a wonderful day, friends.
I mean, we're gonna have to do our homework to do tomorrow.
412 is not due tomorrow.
Oh. Can I still put it in?
Sure. I mean, I have space in my grade book to write it down, so that's fine.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.